I still have to go through the hits. I've gone through the hits. I've gone through all the evidence. I showed your colleagues the other day. If you want to see it, all the evidence, I've gone through it. The only thing you can accuse me of not having fully considered, it's the submissions which were made today. And me being me, I'm going to consider them, think about them, apply the law. And I said on Wednesday, no? Thursday, sorry. And on Thursday, then I'll deliver the ruling. Now, here is the authority of what the authorities say about a ruling and a judgment and an order. Lastly, this is on page 654. Lastly, the provisional character of the ruling was not in order to await possible evidence to substantiate the ruling, as I understand the case of Lituli. In my view, a ruling on admissibility is interlocutory and may later be reviewed. See, in this regard, R versus Musikiwa and others. 1965, 3 SA 529 SRA, a judgment of MacDonald AJP at 530 to 1, he said, it is important to bear in mind that a ruling on admissibility is not final. Relevant evidence led in the main trial may be taken into account by the judge or magistrate when reviewing his decision on admissibility, no matter what the source of such relevant evidence might be. There is no reason why this should not also be the position when a trial within a trial is had.
I want to touch on something that looks a bit controversial, right? A topic that looks like, this topic doesn't sound true. But today I want to talk about this. Before I talk about that, right, I want to ask this question. Is Judge Ratha corrupt? Biased? I don't know. I'm going to answer. But in me answering, I am going to focus on some of the things that we've seen it unfolding in this country, right? And those things, we've seen there are magistrates that are being investigated, who some of them stole the actual docket and contaminated the information. Look at the information on the docket. 2, Pambridge Court is being investigated as of now. The entire, do you know how big is that Pambridge Court? If you don't know the Pambridge Court that I'm talking about, there's a guy who's suspected to who is accused of taking the life of those ladies, the night ladies, right? That guy is called Mkwanas, is appearing in Pambridge Court. Pambridge Court is the very court that sentenced the girlfriend of the late Flabber. The Pambridge Court is that big, right? That as big as it is, currently, I'm about to prove to you, it is under investigation. Well, as if that was not enough, a clerk in the police station, I think it's Lanesia, I'm going to cover that, has been sentenced, right? They are finalizing the sentence thereon. This is to prove that a court is supposed to be seen and is supposed to be doing justice. But it's not always the case. And I know you say, Bongs, why are you coming up with this? Why are you bringing such things? No, well, it is very important for us to understand these things. Oh, okay. As if that was not enough. We have seen Judge Ratha. One, we have seen how lenient he is towards Advocate Baloyi. We have seen how lenient he is towards the witnesses brought by Advocate Baloyi. But contrary, his attitude and behavior towards, one, the defense, is not the same as the one he's giving to Baloyi. 2, the witnesses that were called by the defense, he's not treating them the same way as he was treating the witnesses called by the state. So that forms the allegation against level against him, where he's accused of being biased. But the question that today I want us to focus on, it's a very important matter. But before I get into this important matter, I put it to you that you do the following. If you are not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Come on, good people, because to subscribe it is free, to like the video it is free, to comment in the comment section below it is free of charge, to click the notification bell it is free of charge, to share this video it is free of charge, to watch this video until the end it is free of charge. Also, good people, come on, to watch the ads it's free of charge, and that's how you financially contribute to this YouTube channel. Speaking about financially contribution to the channel, you can become a member of this YouTube channel from as little as 20 Rand a month. You can also use the super thanks button. In case you don't want to do that, guys, there is a way where you can use my media company banking details to donate to the channel, and you know what I'm saying, will bring you more, and also guys want to buy more equipment. So the power is in your hands. Please do the honorable thing as we proceed. Okay, before I go anywhere further, to answer your question, just to give you just to create a bit of a picture around things that are happening in court, let us first look at the article. The first article, it says, the first article says, it says, Gauteng clerk convicted of selling police dockets. This story was reported by Shona on 8th of March 2024. It says, a former police station administrative clerk who was arrested for selling docket for 3,500 Rand has been found guilty on 3 charges. Vas veteran Gavenda, a former admin at clerk at the Laneja police station in Laneja, Gauteng, has been found guilty on account of one contravening section 4 bracket 1A bracket A by corrupt activities. 2, account 2, defeating the administration of justice. Account 3, impersonating an officer. Right, I'm not going to go into details as to the bail, blah, 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 blah. We are not interested in that because it doesn't serve the purpose of the conversation that we are trying to create today. Right, now, I'm going to move from that, speaking about police, right? Let's move now to Pambridge Court. But before we move to Pambridge Court, there was an article I saw. The article I saw from my beloved sister called Patricia Mashale. She once posted an article where there are certain. In fact, it has been even confirmed on the news. Besides the fact that I first saw the article from her, then I saw. What is it? This committee that is in charge of prison and all the stuff, they confirmed that those might, in fact, they are the ones that went into details. They say the other one, I don't know, I think a cousin or whatever, I don't know how related he was to that person who was arrested. This magistrate went to a point or to an extent of corrupting the information so that this person can be released. I know this comes at the back of this question in mind. Is it possible that in court things can go not the legal way, but the brown envelope way? Is it possible? As we anticipate Judge Ratha's ruling on the matter, I thought we needed to create a picture around the things that we are seeing in courts. But yeah, there was an article released by IOL. Right, the heading of the article says, National Prosecuting Authority, NPA, will be investigating allegation of corruption and fraud reportedly playing out at the Pambridge Magistrate Court. Right, now the unit spokesperson Pindim Jonondwane confirmed to the Star on Sunday that the matter was receiving attention. Now, please pay attention to this one. This article was published on the 10th of March 2024. Right. Then it says, this is very important in painting the picture, what is happening in the judicial system. A place that you're supposed to be getting nothing else but justice. These are the things that are happening. Matter has been referred to the Anti-Corruption Task Team for investigation to probe the allegation and will be guided by the outcome of the investigation, says Umjonondwane. Right? The NPA investigation followed a series of exposes which revealed an alleged corruption syndicate cheating suspecting and unsuspecting victims out of their hard-earned money by soliciting bribes in exchange for making cases disappear. Now let me repeat just the last one, right? Okay, so that says out of their hard-earned money by soliciting bribes in exchange for making their case to disappear. Last week, now listen. Last week, businessman Thomas Howard Brown detailed how he was arrested by the police under dubious charges, saying he never saw the charge sheet. Now let's continue. The man speaks and say, the guy who was arrested on dubious charges, right? He says, Brown says, oh no, before him, right? Brown says he was presented to the Pembridge Magistrate Court where his lawyer was told to pay up to 500,000, that is $500,000, to make this case go away. This case will be very bad for your business, said. Brown believed at the time that the whole matter was a play between the police and the prosecutor. Now, this is going to play now as I continue. You're going to notice now the word police and the prosecutor, the lawyer. They comes. Do you understand what I'm saying? When are you going to Pembridge Court for justice and other people are going to Pembridge Court to make money? Investigation by the Star revealed how the alleged syndicate's chain works. This is how it works. Now it says, before an accused is charged, a member of the South African Police Service will call a prosecutor to tell them that they are about to pounce on an eminent or a rich individual. The police then charge the person, who will be surrendered to the court on the next day. Unbeknown to the accused, the prosecutor will put up a fight for the accused to remain in custody, says either Star, right? According to the source, a top business person are arrested by the police and then told to pay exorbitant amount of money to make the case go away. The money will be split between number one, prosecutor, number two, accused lawyer, and all the unknown to the accused, right? That technically, if the police makes the call, that means they've got a share. So the unknown will involve the SAPS as per the investigation of the Star. It will involve the SAPS, the prosecutor, and it's so sad that even your lawyer is benefiting from this syndicate, because the lawyer of the accused, to get a point, accused lawyer benefit from this. So you can't even trust the so-called these lawyers. Do you see how difficult this may be, right? Okay, another business named Withheld was also charged by the Northwood Police Station on allegation of property investment fraud after property deal went south. The publication found that the police targeted a wealthy individual with similar cases, which raised a concern around the kind of people arrested and later taken to Pembridge Magistrate Court. According to the source within the NPA, the prosecutor, who is believed to be involved in all of these cases, was under investigation. But here's the point that we were trying to make here. We were trying to cement the point that corruption can happen in court. So, I just refer, in fact, let me check something here. Let me check if I can find the article that I was sharing right now, I was talking about now, where Sis Patricia Michelle had shared an article. That article, I thought it was very, very informative for us. So I think it will be interesting if I share the article, cause wow, things are happening here, right? Things are happening here. I'm telling you guys, things are happening here, Okay. Yeah, Sis Patricia. Oh, Jehovah. Sis Patricia, or we were exchanging this on Twitter. I think I don't seem to find the article here, but yeah, I don't seem to find the article in our conversation, in my conversation with her on WhatsApp. So I think look, we because we sometimes speak on also on the social media platforms. I think I've seen it there. So, but the article is there where it talks about the magistrates that are under investigation. With that being said, are we safe under Judge Ratha Mogoatleng's leadership? I mean, is he a man of integrity? Is he the man of his word? Should we trust and rely that whatever comes out of him, it is free? But then, I'm not in any way saying, before I talk about by look at the word, of course I said by then, but then, before I talk about that, I'm not in any way, shape, or form saying he is corrupt. I'm just asking a question to say, on the basis of the things that are happening in court, we've seen this and this and this and this and this happening. Magistrates is currently they are being investigated, and to be quite honest, we respect magistrates the same way we respect judges. We just don't know the difference. What's the magistrate in general? We don't know what's the difference between this magistrate and a judge such as Judge Ratha Mogoatleng. We just don't know. But what the point that I was making was that the allegations that are found in the judicial or next to the judicial, in fact, even in the judicial system, because if you understand how it works, if, for instance, a case is open against certain individual, so that case will be open to who? To the police. The police will go and gather information, and based on the information that they would have gathered, they will decide whether the case is whether there is enough to prosecute the case. They will take that information and once they have done the evaluation of the docket, send that information to the NPA. Then the NPA will give them a prosecutor who will look at the docket and say, will this docket stand before the judge or before court? If it can't stand, they will tell them this docket can't stand. And then we have seen cases being just thrown out because they can see that the information here cannot stand before a judge. So they throw it out. But if it can stand, then you see that thing now being brought before a judge. So now you are arrested, you are being brought before the judge. But you being arrested, it takes the two organizations, South African Police Service and also the NPA, right, who will produce the prosecutors. From there, they are bringing you to the third organization, which is the judicial system now, right? But then we introduce the defense now. So if there is corruption, the corruption, like in this case, I pointed out that there are magistrates that are under investigation. There are police. There's a police or clerk that, in fact, I think I know police as well that have been sentenced over this matter of selling dockets. You see that this person who sold the docket falls under SAPS management. That person is employed as part and parcel of the South African Police Service. So we will classify that individual as a South African Police Service, though they are not the actual person who's there, but they deal with dockets. So you see a corrupt SAPS, then you see a corrupt prosecutor. Then there was this article that talks about a corrupt magistrate. So now your lawyer as well is corrupt. Are we really up for justice? Or we are up for something else? It's just a question that deserves an honest response. Look at this web or this syndicates. Look at how it works. I've just provided facts. My concern is, can we confidently, based on what I've just told you, can we confidently say that every word that comes from either the police, the prosecutors, the NPA, the judicial system, or even lawyers for that matter, can we even trust them? It's a question of the conversation that I think is very, important for us to now consider as we await this. And I'm going to make matters worse here, right? Speaking about prosecutors and police, that's where now Geninda and Baloyi comes in. That is where Geninda and Baloyi comes. And I repeat, that is where Geninda and Baloyi comes in. I'm going to explain why I'm introducing this one. It is now a fact, not even an allegation, because we believe that things that are said in court are of factual. Otherwise, if you are lying, you should be arrested for lying in the court of law. Now, it is a fact that there was two dockets. There were two types of police that investigated the Senzo case, right? They split it into two groups because the other ones believe something that was different to the other ones. The other ones believe that, no, we need to arrest the current accused. The other one says, no, the people who were in that house, all of them need to be arrested. Then two dockets then were produced or were created. 375 comes from 636. Anything that you see in 375, it comes from 636. 375 is that of Makubu and Buthelezi. 636 is that of Geninda and his crew. Both two dockets were taken. And remember that I made that example to say they investigate, bring the matters to the prosecutor, and the prosecutor looks at the docket and says, this one can stand before court and take this one. After everything, they brought these two dockets to look in the office of Advocate Baloyi. But Advocate Baloyi chose 636. Today, we have 636 because Advocate Baloyi chose 636 and say, we are going to arrest these people. These are the right people according to Advocate Baloyi. So, based on what we have seen so far, you have seen two organizations at play, the South African Police Service and the National Prosecuting Authority. And I'm going to name the organizations because if these people are misbehaving, it is their responsibility to discipline their members. If, for instance, what Geninda is doing and his crew is, whatever Geninda and the crew is doing is wrong, it is the responsibility of the SAPS to reprimand and discipline their members, saying that you are bringing the name of the South African Police Service into disrepute. So if they don't do that, it means they agree with what is happening. If Baloyi is misbehaving, it is the duty of the National Prosecuting Authority to reprimand and discipline Advocate Baloyi, saying or citing the fact that you are bringing the name of the NPA into disrepute. But if they don't do it, it means they agree with his behavior because these people are working for those organizations. Do you understand what I'm saying? So we will make use of the name of the organizations because of that. So we have seen now the two organizations collaborating, working together. So from the evidence produced before us as the public, the court of public opinion, there's nothing so far that linked all five accused. Even in the trial within the trial, there's nothing up to so far that implicate accused number 1 to 5 in the Senzo case. There's nothing, zero. But you might be surprised when the judgment comes out and you'll be like, Now, somebody reminded me of Ratha that the confessions were not admitted, but still he was sentenced. So we are up for a surprise. But as we look into this, I want us to have all of this at the back of our mind and be like, okay, things like this does happen in the system that ordinarily we do not wish to see these things. But they do happen. Because now articles after articles after articles, evidence after evidence is being produced. What's your take? I want to know from you. Do you believe that Judge Ratha is going to make a decision in favor of the accused? Like I am wishing. I'm honestly wishing that he can find them not look, and he can find look. He can say the confessions are not are inadmissible. That is what I'm hoping and praying for. What are you hoping and praying for? Let me hear in the comment section below. Till such a time, please take care.